I'm getting a lot of inquiries regarding the future value formula. And when I get these inquiries, the one thing that I'm most concerned about is that people are saying that they're typing in the information. And I may be wrong, but I got a feeling you're typing in the information. And that generally it causes a problem. What you want to do is point to the information with your mouse. So I'm going to demonstrate how to set up both of these formulas that you're setting up in this particular education savings calculator. First off, just to be sure that when you folks set up the future value here, you hit your equal sign and clicked on the cell that represents the future value, and that's all the information that's there. Now we're going to build the monthly contribution, which is an if statement. And basically, you're using your insert function, go to your if, and then I like to use the functional arguments. And in this case, you're just building each test. The logical test here is the percent invested times the annual salary is less than 13,000. So I just go, okay, percent invested times the annual salary is less than 13,123. Now, please note, the only thing I typed in was the multiplication sign, the less than symbol, and the 13,000. Everything else created on its own when I pointed to it. Now, the true portion of this is going to be the percent invested times the annual salary and divided by 12. Okay, and then the false portion is the 13,123 divided by 12. Oh, that's 13. Okay, so that builds your first formula. Now the future value. Now take, for instance, when I give you these formulas, I'm giving you the named ranges. And you should have named these ranges before, because you'll notice that this range is called future value. This range is called monthly contribution, and so on. The named ranges you learned in an earlier part of the exercise. Now let's go here again. And in this one, we're using the future value function, and it was not recently used on my computer. So I'm going to just type in, or let's see, actually I could find it here, FV. That's the function I want to use, okay? Now the future value is the annual return divided by 12. So I'm going to go, the rate is the annual return divided by 12. Okay, and now the number of payments is the years times 12. So I'll go, how many years times 12. And the payment is going to be the monthly contribution. So we put in monthly contribution, which we figured out before. Now, once I click OK, that creates the formula. The only other thing that I need to add is the negative in front of future value, because that will decrease that amount. Okay. Now, as you note, the table generated itself, and it's only because I used the links from this cell to this cell in order to get that information. Now, the employee investment I gave in an earlier email on the instructor forum, but it's the monthly contribution times the years times 12. And if you want me to build that one, it would be equals the monthly contribution times the years times 12. Bingo. Okay, so just please note, I did not type the cell references. The cell references you want to use with your mouse, because if you start to do this, if you start to type this information in, it oftentimes creates mistakes that confuse the heck out of you. It could be a space that you put in when you typed it. It could be your cell reference in your sheet is different than the one in the workbook. So please point to it with your mouse and let the program put that information in for you. It'll make your life a lot simpler.